Unfortunately, the government gives us a lot of reasons to be concerned. One of the major harms that the government, and specifically Netanyahu, has caused to Israeli society is the normalization of hatred. I personally felt it in the pogrom in Ra'anana on the screening of the joint Israeli-Palestinian Memorial Day ceremony just before Yom HaAtzmaut. And I've seen a lot of hatred in my life, but I've never felt anything like that, which was a violent mob of hundreds of people who were there to beat us up just because we were trying to watch something that they did not like. It was shocking also because, of course, no one from the government condemned it. What used to be on the fringes of Israeli society in the last century with Meir Kahane has become center stage. So this is our government calling for hatred, legitimizing violence. But on the other hand, I think especially the Ra'anana event was a watershed moment for Israeli society because it showed people what we're up against. So people understand they cannot stay silent. And so many people came to us and said, we are with you. We had a service at the Reform Synagogue in Ra'anana 2 days later, and hundreds of people came who were not familiar with the Reform movement, but they said, we are with you because we're not willing to accept this and to let this happen. We are seeing now an unbelievable amount of bills pushed through the Knesset as part of the regime coup, bills that want to take power from the Attorney General. They're trying to pass a law reinstating death penalty, but only for Palestinian terrorists. They're going to give more powers to rabbinical courts to deal with civil matters, and they want to push for a law that is going to tax civil society organizations that are being funded by foreign governments unless they sign a commitment not to criticize Israeli government. We are spending countless hours in the Knesset trying to oppose those issues. And that's, again, we see how they're working both on the substantial level and procedurally. And it's important for us to raise a Jewish voice against this. And I think a lot of Israelis are looking for this voice because as the government becomes more extreme, people are looking for something else. So what we're doing is not only fighting this, but also presenting Israelis with an alternative vision and giving Israelis the Jewish knowledge to understand that what the government is doing is not only undemocratic, it's also not Jewish. The death penalty contradicts our Jewish tradition. Taking the rights from everyone, from so many people, from so many sectors is not Jewish. And I think this is really an amazing opportunity for Reform Judaism in Israel because people are looking for this voice that would allow them to feel Jewish and liberal at the same time and reject the twisted form of Judaism that the government is presenting.